Hey romance readers, Linda here, coming back at you with another video. Today I got some recommendations. I'm still doing older books. I think I got one new book that was published this year. All the rest of them are going to be older books. So let's get started. Oh, and I want to say happy Thursday. I almost forget the day, but happy Thursday everyone. I hope you're having a great day. So let's get started with these books I have here for you. First up I have is Western. It's a historical by Janis, Reams, Hudson. I hope I'm pronouncing her middle name right. It's Warrior Song, and I'll read a little bit of this. 19-year-old Brianna O'Malley has a battle on her hands. One the lively Irish scrapper doesn't intend to lose. She wants to hold on to her late father's ranch and keep all 5 of her brothers and sisters together, even though the most powerful landowner in the country is trying to drive them out. One man has the courage to help her. He is called Wolf, an enigmatic half-breed who rides into Colorado from nowhere, a fierce loner who doesn't even know his real name. But Wolf is also a man without fear, used to taking what he wants. Now for the first time he sees someone he desires for his own. And if you haven't read this, check it out. It was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I think I got 2 of these. I bought one to keep and one to read when I want to go back and read it again. Yeah, I'll be doing it. And this was published back in 1997, and that's Janis, Reams, Hudson, Warrior Song. Next up I have a book by Mary Balogh. I can never pronounce her last name. Mary Balogh. I know. I'm gonna leave that alone. It's Slightly Married, and I really enjoyed this one too. I highly recommend it. I think this is a series. I think it's on the Bedouin Men. I think so. I think this is a series. I can't remember, but I think it is. But I think I only kept this book out of the series because I don't think I like the other ones too much. But let me read you the back of this. I was trying to see what series was this, but it don't say on here. Yep, the Bedouins. 6 brothers and sisters, men and women of passion and privilege, daring and sensuality, enter their dazzling world of high society and breathtaking seduction. So yeah, it's the Bedouins. But I think I only kept this book right here. This is the only one I liked out of the whole series. I'll read you a little bit of this. Like all the Bedouin men, Aiden has a reputation for cool arrogance, but this proud nobleman also possesses a loyal, passionate heart, and it is this fierce loyalty that has brought Colonel Lord Aiden to Ringwood Manor to honor a dying soldier's request. Having promised to comfort and protect the man's sister, Aiden never expected to find a headstrong, fiercely independent woman who wants no part of his protection, nor did he expect the feeling this beguiling creature would ignite in his guarded heart. So if you haven't read Slightly Married by Mary, yeah, there you go. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name. Check it out. I highly recommend this book. This was published in 2003. Next I have here is Brenda Joyce, The Conqueror. I remember back in the day, boy, I think I bought a lot of Brenda Joyce books. I have a lot of her books. Yeah, look at that. I think this what's his name, Fabio? Yeah, he was doing a lot of modeling for a romance book back in those days. Oh, look what I wrote in here. Excellent, very good. So I'll read you a little bit of this. As you already can see, I already wrote in here very good, so I don't have to say anything. But check this book out if you haven't read it. He was a golden, barbarous invader. Like a pagan god, Wrath the Relentless rode into Castle Avgard to claim it and the Lady Alice as his prize. Lauded for his bravery in France, in England, he was the hated enemy. Once ensconced in his new domain, Wrath became determined to tame the Saxon beauty, Cedra, Alice's illegitimate sister, whose spirit and sensuality made him risk treason to have this woman of fire and not Lady Alice in his bed. She was more of a prize than he bargained for. With With her blonde hair and silken skin, Cedra seemed a wood nymph eluding the wickedly handsome knight who pursued her. Mysterious and seductive, she was no lady but a spy for the rebel cause of her noble half-brother. And that is The Conqueror by Brenda Joyce. If you haven't tried it, check it out and let me know what you think. Next I think I mentioned Norah Hess on here before. And she did a lot of westerns, Kentucky Woman, and I think I mentioned I have bought a lot of her books. And I highly recommend Kentucky Woman. Excellent read if you like westerns and historicals. Let me read a little bit of this. Trapping, drinking corn whiskey, and carousing with squaws. That was what Spencer Atkins called a perfect life. He wanted no part of a wife and children while he could live in his Paul's backward cabin as a carefree bachelor. Fresh from the poorhouse, Gretchen Ames had barely escaped bondage servitude. Her hard scrabble past a painful memory. She would marry no man who'd refuse her a home and family. Although they were the unlikeliest couple, Spencer and Gretchen found themselves grudgingly sharing a cabin, working side by side, and fighting an attraction neither could deny. And that's Kentucky Woman by Norah Hess. Let me see when this was published. This was published back in 1993. I highly recommend it. Excellent read. Oh, and I don't know if I said when this was published. The Conqueror was published in 1990. Next I have The Pleasure Trap by Elizabeth Thornton. I highly recommend this one too. I really enjoyed it. I know I looked on Amazon. I know some people said they didn't like it, but I really liked it. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend it. I'll read the back of this. After years of heroism in the fight against the French, Ash Denton wants nothing more than to savor the good life, but an urgent request has sent him to a writer's symposium. His charge: to unmask an author who has rattled several members of the tongue by revealing their most intimate, most scandalous secret. Not one to be left out when Ash encounters a bold, beautiful, irresistibly aloof woman writer. He can't help stirring up some gossip of his own. Much to Eve's daring surprise, Ash is far from the well-mannered gentleman she'd heard about. In fact, he's shockingly brash and has taken an inexplicable interest in manhandling her at every turn. Yet something about his searing embrace makes her forgive his wicked behavior. And that's The Pleasure Trap by Elizabeth Thornton. I really enjoyed it. And this was published in 2007. And the last book I have here, well, I got one more after this one. This is The Prince of Wool by Susan Krinard. Yeah, I was obsessed with Susan Krinard. I read a whole bunch of, like I said, I read so many of her books I read myself out. I couldn't read another one about wolves, but back then, she was the bum. I really enjoyed this book, and it's Prince of Wool. Yeah, we got some shape-shifting going on. And I read a little bit of this. Through with running from the past, Joelle Randall had come to the rugged Canadian Rockies determined to face her pain and begin anew. All she needed was a guide to lead her through the untamed mountain wilderness to the site where her parents' plane had crashed so long ago. But the only guide Joelle could find was Luke. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. A magnetically attractive loner with the furrowed grace of a wolf and eyes that glistened with a savage intensity. She couldn't know that Luke was the stuff of legend, one of the last survivors of an ancient race of werewolves, a man whose passion she would not be able to resist, no matter how terrible the price. And that's Prince of Wool, Susan Krinard. If you haven't read it, check it out. I highly recommend it. And this was published in 1994. So that's all of my older books, and I have just one book here that I want to recommend. I got off my TBR, people. Yeah, I was on Instagram and I saw this book, How to Date a Douchebag by Sara Ney, or Nye. Yes, I got off my TBR and I read this right here, and I highly recommend it. I liked it so much I went ahead. It's a series, people. It's a 3-book series. I went ahead and bought the other 3 books. I bought one of them, the first book, on my Kindle, because I didn't like that cover too much, and I purchased the other 2, but I'm not going to show you the other book because I'm going to do a haul on my next video, and it'll be in that along with this book right here. And I was trying to find the name of the other 2 books in here, and this was published this year. Yeah, finally a book published this year that I'm going to recommend. Let's see, does she have as the if it listed in here? I want to. Okay, yeah, the Douchebag series is this is the learning hours, and the other 2 book are the studying hours and the failing hours. I don't know which one is 1 and which one is 2, but it's the studying hours and the failing hours, the Douchebag series. If you haven't read, I haven't read the whole series. I just read this book right here, and I went and purchased the other 2 books. And like I said, it's How to Date a Douchebag, and this is the learning hours, and I'll read a little bit of synopsis of this. My friends want me to get laid, so much so that they pastured. Yeah, let's start all over. My friends want me to get laid, so much so that they plastered my ugly mug all over campus in bold printed letters. Are you the lucky lady who is going to break our roommate's cherry? Him, societally awkward man with average size, yeah, looking for a willing sexual partner. Must have a pulse. He will reciprocate. Uh-oh. No, I'm not going to read all that. Yeah. I'm not even going to go there. Just take my word for it. This book was excellent. And it's about, I can't think of what his name is right now, but it's a YA, people. And it's a sports romance because he's a wrestler in college. And let's just say he's well built, but he don't consider himself good looking. And the girl that he meets, because yeah, his friends play a lot of tricks on him because he's new to the college, because he's a top wrestler, and he get recruited from another college to come to the college that he's going to now. And the guys are hazing him because he's new and stuff, but he's the top wrestler there, so it's a lot of angst going on in here. Just take my word for it. I really enjoyed this, and I was gonna read the synopsis, but that synopsis was kind of risque, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But take my word for it. It's an excellent read. I really enjoyed it. It's a 3-book series. This is the 3rd book in the series, and the other 2 that I mentioned, those are the other 2 books in the series. What was the name of it again? The Studying Hours and the Failing Hours. Like I said, I don't know which one was 1 or which one was 2, but this is the 3rd book in the series. Highly recommend it. Excellent book. And that's all I got for now. I also want to mention that I got everybody who requested a book. I haven't forgot about you. I will be mailing those books off Monday of next week after it closed on Sunday. After my giveaway closed on Sunday, I will be mailing off everybody book Monday. I'm just gonna wait and just mail off all the books at one time instead of going back and forth to the post office mailing off books. So I haven't forgot about you, and everybody who requested a book, you'll get an email from me Monday. Maybe I might do some Saturday, I don't know, but I think I'm going to do all the books on Monday and send everybody the books that requested books. And I'm also still reading on my TBR. These are the 2 books I'm reading on. I started reading this one. I'm trying to read 2 books at one time because I'm a slow reader, people. So I started this one, and I started this one. I like this one so much. I'm about finished with this one. I only got about this much more to go on this one. Then I'm going to go back and try to finish this one. This is the Under the Desert Sky by Sarah Luck, and it's about this guy who come from Australia to America to help a lady on an ostrich farm. And then I got this Western here, Keiki, or I can't pronounce, Keiki Warner, Pieces of Sky. This book right here, I'm going to go ahead and recommend it right now because I'm really enjoying this. Excellent book, excellent characters. I'm not going to go into it right now because my camera probably will go out, and I don't want I don't want to have to go back and make an ending to this film, so I'm gonna end it right here. But I'm gonna go ahead and recommend this too, and I liked her so much to I'm buying her. This is also going to be a series because it's about he got two brothers. The hero in here, he has two brothers, and they also have books. So I've already put that on my Christmas list for my sister to get that for me. I enjoyed it, that book. I enjoyed this book that much. Well, I haven't finished it. I'm enjoying it that much till I went ahead and put those her other two books on my Christmas list for my sister to get it for me for Christmas. So, and I'll show you that when I get it. Those two books when I get it. But that's Keiki Warner, Pieces of Sky. If you haven't read her, she's an excellent writer. I'm really enjoying this book. 2 thumbs up. And that's all I have for now. Until next time, I'll see y'all next week. Keep reading those romances and have a great evening. Bye bye.